This is Wednesday, June 7th. There are 42 days until San Diego Comic-Con 2017. Welcome to SDConCast, the official podcast of the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog.
VANUHTWE go.
Oh my god, I love Live Journal. Live Journal loves me. Current mood is hyperactive. Current music, Refugee 73. I love the color scheme in pink and purple.
Good evening. I am your host, James Riley. Joining me on the podcast tonight, Kim Twombly.
Hi there, James. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Okay, and we have no other hosts today, as you can see.
I don't see anyone.
So our special guest tonight is the burning white-hot revenge we will bring down upon Kerry for abandoning us on the podcast this week.
Oh, Kerry. We love you.
She is traveling today and could not be here, but she will be back next week, and we will try and do her justice in explaining things and answering questions.
And it's a well-deserved break.
Yes. So we're going to be taking questions today, unless we just talk about exclusives and such forever, which there's a ton of exclusives this last week. So if you have any questions, you can tweet us at SD_comic_con or use the hashtag SDConCast. We'll also be keeping an eye on the YouTube live chat. If we don't see your question there, ask it again later on when we ask for questions again. Otherwise, if we see it, we'll try and actually copy and paste it onto our little sheet here to ask it later. So I guess we'll start off with the news. And the badge shipping update is badges are still going out. If you don't have yours yet, don't worry. They take roughly 3 weeks to get everything out. If you did not see, they're arriving in a nifty little collectible box and with a pin and a little booklet. We have an unboxing video up that Andy did for us if you want to take a look at everything that comes in it. We also have heard that there have been a few instances here and there where someone got a badge that was not theirs. If that happens to you, contact Comic-Con. They have a contact form on the website, or I think you might even be able to tweet them and see if they reply to you there. But contact them on the website. I think that's the preferred method that they want, is an email. In the booklet was the shuttle map, which we have a nice picture of with the schedule and the times. So if you need to plan for shuttle routes, go ahead and take a look on our site. We have the photo there. And that is the basics on, I think, the badges for now.
It's really awesome they're getting it out so early. And it's such a good-looking box. I'm not sure as pressed if we get one, though, so I'm kind of bummed about that.
I know. I'm still waiting because we don't have ours yet.
We'll see. So other news, just hotel, a recent drive-through downtown, I saw a new construction going up, and a closer look found out that it was another new hotel, which is fantastic. It's going up right by Broadway Pier along the waterfront, and it is going to be kind of a swanky intercontinental hotel with 400 rooms. So it will not be for next year. It'll be hopefully in Comic-Con 2019. Which sounds like a really far away, but it's not. And that's right next to the brand new Marriott Spring Hill Suites / Residence Inn kind of joint hotel that is new for this year. So some of you might be staying in that. So it's difficult to see the change in downtown, I guess. But it's nice that we'll have the extra hotel rooms that we need.
Absolutely. More hotels is not a bad thing. So in other news, there have been a couple of charity auctions this last week. One of them ended, I think, either yesterday or today. And that one was, what one was that one for? I don't even remember now. It's behind us, so it's out of the memory now. But the next one coming up is for Outlander. And it's being run on Charity Buzz. It's for a VIP access, which the actual access is you will get 2 badges to Comic-Con, and you will be able to attend the panel. So basically, I think you'll be guaranteed access to a signing at the booth. So it's basically tickets, panel, and signing. I think it's around close to $5,000 right now for that. So if you have a little money and you love Outlander, that's probably the thing you want to do.
And I think that was the first confirmation that we had of Outlander appearing this year. I don't think anyone from the show, unless I'm wrong, had mentioned coming yet. So that's kind of exciting.
Someone might have mentioned that they were hoping to be there or said something, but it's definitely, yeah, there's a panel and a signing coming up for them. So it's kind of clear now.
So,
all right. So next is the big thing, which is Funko. And so first off, why don't you start us off, Kim, with a little bit of history and what they've been doing in the past and what they may do this year.
Well, actually, let me just start, if you don't mind. The news today was their Wave 2. So I guess start with that, which was a bunch of Scott Pilgrim pops and Dorbs and quite a few, at least 5 or 6 exclusive items that a lot of people were excited to see. So that was Wave 2 today. Wave 1 was Star Wars.
Which included Bodhi, which was not in the original release. And a bunch of people were wondering about that. And of course, they made him a Comic-Con exclusive, a shared exclusive, but still a Comic-Con exclusive.
And I guess good time to talk about what shared exclusive mean. If it is like last year, that means it'll be at when they have regular retailers: Target, Walmart, Walgreens, Barnes and Noble. I think GameStop is one. A bunch of retailers share these exclusives, and although they are exclusive to Comic-Con, they will also be available online. That usually, I think it's the same day. So, and Bodhi is one, and they said most of them will be shared exclusives. So if you're not attending the convention or you're doing something else and don't want to deal with the Funko line, there's quite a likelihood that you can still get what you're looking for.
Right. And what they do is they have actual limited number Comic-Con exclusives, which are only available at Comic-Con, and then these shared exclusives, which are available at Comic-Con and their partner, whichever retail outlet it may be. Typically, they only share these with one other outlet. So like if, let's say the Bodhi is an exclusive, typically it will only be at, let's say, GameStop or Barnes & Noble, but it won't be at both typically. They only share it with one. Some of them they may, I don't know, because I don't typically buy all of those exclusives. So I don't know if they buy them if they send them ever, but I know that I remember Kerry talking about having to go to one online, you have to go to one online to buy some, then going to the other online one to buy the others. But yes, they typically go on sale on Thursday morning of the con. So when the con opens, like that morning, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever, they're on sale on the websites of each individual store that's carrying them.
Right. And in their podcast today, Funko said that like I said, most of the items are going to be shared, not all, but most, and they won't announce which retailers they will be at until the week of Comic-Con. So that'll be the big news then that we'll know. And there's a good, on the Funko Fanatics board and on the Reddit Funko Pops, people keep great lists of where to go, so it's easy to figure out. And then just to talk briefly about the past, also today in the Funko podcast, they mentioned that their booth, James, help me out. What was the
podcast, their Funcast?
Yeah, sorry, the lottery.
The lottery that they did.
Their lottery is going to work. So it will be a lot like last year. It's kind of out of Funko's hands, so they did apologize for that. It's Comic-Con kind of is the one I think that calls the shots on what happens. So it'll be in the sales pavilion like last year, and preview night tickets have already gone out on the Funko Fanatics board. That's what we talked about today. But sales pavilion will be Thursday through Sunday. So you line up, last year there was kind of a little confusion on where to go. Kind of the signage maybe wasn't as great as it should have been. So hopefully that will be rectified by Comic-Con this year. You wait in line to get in. It can be as early as 6 a.m. that they let people upstairs to the sales pavilion through the main badge entry and find the Funko line. And you I believe you just get one chance to draw for a wristband for that day.
And they do it in like in groups, right? So there's like 3 or 4 times that you can go to the booth, and you just get your wrist. If you get a wristband, you get a time also, and you can go to the booth during that time only.
And I believe they did restock between these waves last year each day. So if you get an afternoon wave to go, still very good chance that what you want will be available. So it's always exciting to see how that works out. So fingers crossed for everyone who wants a Funko this year.
Right. Now, for the preview night, I know a lot of people are wondering, how can they already have given something out? Why can't I just go to their booth on preview night? Well, that's because they reward their loyal Funko fanatics on their forum, and they basically have a lottery there where you can fill out. And if you meet certain requirements, including having to have a preview night badge, then they will basically hand them out to those people. Now, I'm not entirely clear on whether they let more people than that in, or if they do a second lottery for non-Funko fanatics. But for sure, those ones were just for Funko fanatics on the forum who met certain requirements. Do they let anyone else in?
On preview night?
On preview night, or is it just fanatics?
I'm not sure. I think the lottery was it for the message board.
Okay.
Not sure though. I'm not 100% sure on that. They did hint that we will see Marvel exclusives, DC exclusives, and at least one Disney pop, and have about a dozen waves throughout the rest of the month and maybe into July.
Right, and it seems like they're doing themed waves this year, which I don't think they've done in the past. So expect everything, Star Wars to have been revealed as far as we know, unless they have some surprises up their sleeves.
I think they probably do.
Probably.
It's always exciting.
We'll see.
So moving on, I guess our last piece of news is Coronado ferry schedule was announced for anyone staying out on Coronado. And funny enough, they originally announced it at 9 a.m. and props to Kerry. I think she contacted them and just questioned that it was 8 a.m. last year. So she gets a little hat tip that they did put up 8 a.m. or 8:10 or something like that as the first ferry to the mainland, to the convention center. So that's great for anyone wanting to get over early.
Yes. Let's answer a couple of questions in the chat. Juan Miguel Garut asked, what about the free ticks Funko is giving away to Fun Days? Who won? I don't have their name in front of me, but someone won who was going to be doing one of those feats of fanaticism, basically. They were going to do something and post a video of it in order to win their tickets.
It was something involving burping, which is kind of the gross one of the options, but good for them.
Right. Okay, then. And Iron Souls asked if Funko's announced D23 exclusives. I don't think they have. The D23 ones, we'll see if they actually do any actual D23 exclusives, or if they're like Comic-Con, where a vast majority are actual shared exclusives and will be available other places. So we shall see. But let's get into some offsites. We have a few notes about those, if you want to handle that, Kim.
Yeah, just recently announced the Dragon Ball Z official fan bash will be the Friday night of Comic-Con at McFadden's, where our event is going to be held. That's a fun venue, and it holds a lot of people, so that's good. Tickets for the Dragon Ball Z party go on sale at midnight tonight on Eventbrite, and the links to that can be found on the U-Blog. The Maritime Museum is hosting Pirate Con aboard, I'm not sure if it's just Star of India or maybe all their tall ships there, but it's only about $35, I think. You get a Funko Pop with that. It looked like a great time. I don't have the day in front of me. I believe it's Friday. Pirate Con, and then on the theme of pirates, there's also the Martman party is returning for its 7th year. They skipped a year, but this will be their 7th party. Also aboard the Star of India, which is just a great venue for a pirate party, if you ask me. And that's a little more, that's 20, I think they're both 21 up, but the Markman party is definitely more kind of adult theme, lots of stuff going on. And that has kind of a Game of Thrones and Pirates of the Caribbean theme. Also announced were the writers of Conan are going, since they're in town, they're going to be at the Madhouse Comedy Club, which is in Horton Plaza, Thursday and Friday doing free shows during Comic-Con. Not more has been announced, but tickets are $10 to, I think, 15 in advance or 15 to 20 at the door. So if you're looking for something to do even last minute, stuff like that can be wonderful. I went to a comedy show last year and it was fantastic. And the other one is American Comedy Club, where there's a lot of, like, the Kevin Smith shows are all there, but they all have kind of slightly non-Comic-Con related shows going on during the week. If you just need something to do at night, it's a great time. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about the Gaslamp Quarter's official 150th year celebrations. They are installing these large rabbits, because that's what used to be in San Diego 100 years ago, were rabbit warrens all over that area, if you can imagine it. So throughout Gaslamp is going to be large rabbits that artists have decorated, local artists have decorated in all different styles. You'll see them all about, I think there's 15. They look really neat. So it's just kind of, you know, how cities have cows, or I don't know what else. I think one city has dolphins. So we have rabbits now. And there's also different restaurants are participating in a drink called the Dusty Rabbit. Each restaurant is preparing it differently. You can go on the gaslamp.org site to see which restaurants are participating, and they have a contest where you can take a picture and do certain tags on social media, and you can win 1 or 2 nights stay at a local hotel. Not during Comic-Con, probably, but I had one the other night and it was delicious, so I recommend it. So that's at gaslamp.org.
Okay. I wanted to quick mention, since you mentioned the writers of Conan. Someone asked on the chat about the tickets for Conan and when they are coming around, and that is, we don't know. But last year they did not go up until July. So this is a little early in the game, and I think that you can probably expect them to not show up until late June, early July again.
That'll be a scramble, but
yeah,
that'll be a
more
fun
waiting. I checked last year's Funko distribution system, and there was on our site, and it looks like there was no information about anyone getting into preview night that wasn't a Fanatic forum member. Someone may have to let us know if it's on there, but I don't think it was anything except for forum members, since it was such a short, just a few hours, and they were letting in like 100 people, which you would think 100 people would take a few hours to get through. So, okay. So next up, we are going to discuss exclusives. And if you weren't paying attention, exclusives basically were nonstop this week. Since the last podcast, there's been a ton of them. So first up, we're going to go with Entertainment Earth. And they've been releasing a new exclusive every day or two. So starting last week, we had the Kiss Destroyer Tin Tote gift set, which is going to be selling for $49.99. The Invisible Jet with a Wonder Woman Evolution Pinmate wooden figure set for $24.99. The World of Nintendo Super Mario and Princess Peach 8-bit minifigure 2-pack for $14.99. The Spider-Man and Green Goblin Pinmate wooden figures with glider and stackable diorama for $29.99. All of those available at Entertainment Earth at their booth or online, I'm pretty sure. If they're still available after the convention, you will be able to pick them up online. Also, we had I think it's the second exclusive from Hasbro. And this one it's pretty cool looking. It's a Transformers Last Night Voyager class Optimus Prime. It will retail for $49.99. It's going to come in a little box that looks like he's pulling out of a garage or something. I don't know, but it comes with a certificate, and basically it's a really cool Transformers Hasbro exclusive, which they tend to have more than one Transformers exclusive every year. So they probably will have, because they do things in different classes. So this one's a Voyager class, and they'll do some, I think they've done the Creos a couple of times and other things. So look out for more. But that is the Hasbro exclusive. And
from SDConCast, they are doing their annual Road Trip to San Diego t-shirt with a supernatural theme. It's a really neat looking shirt for the supernatural fans out there. It's available for $24.99 with convention pickup, or you can have it shipped to you for $25, 1 penny more. So that's great that they're offering it for people that can't make it. It's a neat shirt. And let's see, we also have NECA. Oh, they announced, hang on, I gotta open the link. They announced Alien and an awesome Ninja Turtles exclusive again. It is an Alien, just action figure, limited to 3,000 pieces for $30. Only available at Comic-Con or through their Alien Club. And oh, it's a sewer mutation. And then they also have a Ninja Turtles set kind of based on the older comics, and $200 set. And they had a cool set last year, and this one looks even better with the foot and shredder included, as well as all 4 turtles and different hands and things you can do with them. Different from last year that I was kind of bummed about, because they made it really easy. I got the turtle set last year, and it was really easy. You can pre-order and pick it up and not wait. You just show up. This year, only non-attendees can pre-order, which unless they actually sell out, I'm kind of like, that's the way to go, because each day from June 20th to the 23rd, NECA will put up a set quantity of these exclusives. And that's just for the Turtles box. That's not the Alien. The Alien will only be available if you wait in line at Comic-Con at their booth. So that's a little different, kind of a bummer, but
it's basically what Mattel did last year, where they had, the online Comic-Con sale for a limited amount. But I don't know if it was super clear that if they sell out, they're not going to ship them.
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure about either. If they sell it at the convention, then our pre-order is just canceled. So I'm not 100% sure about that either. And I don't see that on their site just yet. So maybe that'll be answered.
Hopefully.
Because otherwise I'm just going to order it and get it shipped. And then I don't have to wait in line.
Or you can check at the end of a day and see if their line has gone down and they have any left for the day.
Yeah.
That's the other thing you can do if it's not something that you have to get, but you just want to check. Stop by early afternoon or even late morning after the rush has died down, if any rush has died down, or if there is any die down of the rush. So what else do we have? Factory Entertainment. So Factory Entertainment also has a few more exclusives that they revealed, and remember that we are giving away one of each exclusive on our site. So if you go to the factory post, there will be ways to enter on each item. So first up is the Stan Lee's Godwake Signature Edition graphic novel. It's limited to 100 copies. It's hand-signed. It's $250. You can pick it up at the booth or have it shipped after the con. They will also be having a signing with, and I'm likely going to mangle his name, but the co-creator of Deadpool, Fabian Nicieza, will be doing a signing at the booth on Friday, July 21st, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I got to fix our site. It says p.m. That's not right. And on Saturday, the 22nd, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and again from 4 to 5. So he will be signing select Factory Entertainment collectibles, which may be pre-ordered to pick up at the con, or you can get them shipped immediately after the show, which I don't know if they will be signed and then shipped to you, but most likely you'll be able to pick them up at the show and get them signed while you're there. That includes a bunch of different Deadpool items, including a motion statue, metal miniatures, things like that. But again, check out the site to see those items. They also have a Batcave desktop sculpture. It is a highly detailed sculpture with 16 different LED lights. Basically, it's got a really cool thing. It's about 18 inches by 15 by 9 and weighs about 20 pounds. So it's big and heavy.
That's half your luggage allotment.
Right? Have that one shipped. And then the other one that came out yesterday was the 14-inch by 9.5-inch replica of the sign that adorned the hidden vehicle entrance of the Batcave 1966 series, so the Gotham City 14-mile sign. And again, all of those can be pre-ordered at Factory Entertainment. Links are on our site. And then we also had NinjaBot, the artists that we love. They revealed that they are going to be giving away buttons at Comic-Con again this year. And they will be giving away a series of Rogue One characters. And you can get one each day, starting on Wednesday. And then you can get select ones with purchase or with having a secret password. And so every day you can get the K2SO button with a $15 purchase or more. And you can get the secret button, which has not been revealed, only with a password. So you can get the password. Where can you get the password?
Where can you get the password? I don't have it open. I can't help you.
I'm reading it. Oh, you have to go up to the booth and say, "Please help me, NinjaBot. You're my only hope."
Oh.
So it's not a secret word. It's a secret phrase. It's just more words to remember. But it's fine, because they are only hope for getting the secret button. And so that is the NinjaBot exclusive button reveal.
So we do have Funko on our list again. We talked about them earlier, but just wanted to go in a little more detail on the waves that they announced. Today was Scott Pilgrim versus the World with 3 pops. Scott was Sword of Destiny, limited to 2,000. A Nega Scott that doesn't look like he's limited, or they didn't put the pieces anyway. Roxy Richter for 2,500. A Dorb set of 3 guys for limited to 500, and a Rock Candy style Ramona Flowers limited to 1,250. And then Wave 1, which was that after our podcast? No, we talked about that last week, didn't we?
What's the date? What's the date on it? I don't remember.
June 5th.
Nope, that's new.
Monday.
It started this week.
Seems like so long ago. Wave 1 happened.
Just 2 days.
So we already talked about Bodhi. That's going to be online on a retailer to be announced later. People were super psyched about that. Combat Assault Tank Trooper pop. A larger 6-inch Supreme Leader Snoke that people were also psyched about. And I believe Funko is doing a giveaway of this. So check their blog on that. And there's also, I love it, holographic Princess Leia and an R2-D2 2-pack.
Yes. So Scott C on the chat just let us know that Funko posted on their forum today that there will be no public lottery for a preview night. So that means it is fanatics only. The forum members who got their email today that they were in are the only ones who will be able to purchase on preview night. So if you had plans to purchase Funko on preview night, make other plans and go to Hasbro or Mattel or whichever other one you are planning for and try for Funko on Thursday through Sunday.
So moving on.
Also, I wanted to correct and add on the Transformers set, the reason why it is coming with a certificate of authenticity, and thank you, Iron Souls, for reminding me, is it comes with actually a piece of attire from the movie of Optimus Prime. So that's why it is $49.99 most likely.
That's pretty neat.
Yes.
Okay, so moving on, we've got Monogram. What day was June? Okay, so last week they announced their first exclusive, which is a 5-piece pewter pin set, which is kind of hard to say, of the Avengers. And then earlier this week was a Power Rangers set of foam key rings, and today was a Beauty and the Beast foam key ring set.
Is it me now?
It's your turn.
It is me now. So the next one, yeah, we told you there was a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Mezco announced their next exclusive. It is the from their Mezits line. It is a Batman 2-inch figure with grappling gun, batarang, and a die-cut card you can hang in your bat cave. It's going to be $8 and will be available to order. Looks like you can order it online or pick it up at the show. And then we have from Diamond Select Toys, which again, for those who are unaware, Diamond Select Toys is separate from Diamond Previews. And they have sometimes the same exclusives and sometimes different exclusives. So Diamond Select Toys has a ton of the same ones as Diamond Previews, but they today announced that they also have a Star Trek USS Enterprise NCC 171 Final Flight Starship. It is $65. It's 14 inches long, limited to 400 pieces. Does not contain electronics, and it looks like it's an orange color.
It's from Rathacon, you know, where it's like in the sky.
There you go. So you can pick that up at the show from the, I'm pretty sure it'll be available at, oh, there it is, booth 2607, the Diamond Select Toys booth.
So Icon Heroes has a Wonder Woman figure, 8-inch, called Spear Rebirth. 8-inch scale statue retail for $55 based on the DC Comics Rebirth Wonder Woman issue number 5. Extremely limited to 300 pieces and looks pretty cool. But that's their only exclusive so far.
So far. And Kid Robot revealed all of their exclusives, we think. Some of their exclusives may be coming a little later from other people, like maybe Toddland. So what they revealed for 2017, and now remember for Kid Robot, you can pick up these on site, but pre-order on their site now. It's a limit of 2 per person, and the name on the order must be the name on your badge and ID. So you need to make sure that you're the one ordering it if you're the one picking it up. And again, limit of 2. They have more information on their site if you want to check that out. But they have, for this year, a Simpsons Mr. Sparkle pink medium figure for $49.99, an Andy Warhol Space Fruit Lemons 3-inch dunny for $14.99, Arcane Divination Gold Wheel of Fortune 3-inch dunny by JRYU for $14.99, Bob's Burgers Batter Tina medium figure for $59.99, a Ren and Stimpy Powdered Toast Man medium figure for $49.99, South Park the Bard 3-inch minifigure for $11.99, and let's see, Adventure Brothers Bloody Brock 3-inch figure, minifigure for $11.99. So much stuff. Adult Swim Enamel Pin Series 4-pack, $19.99. Bob's Burgers Beef Squatch Pin, $6.99. Kid Robot SDCC 2017 Enamel Pin for $6.99. That is a lot of stuff. But again, I think someone asked if the Powdered Toast Man might be coming as a regular version to the con. That we don't know. This one will be the Comic-Con exclusive version. So we'll see if they actually show up with the regular version as well, which if it's coming out in July and it comes out before the con, they probably will, or other vendors on the show floor will have them.
And as of right now, the Simpsons Mr. Sparkle is sold out on their pre-orders.
Wow, that was quick.
It was the other day when I looked at this too.
Crazy. They must not have had very many of those.
Still available.
Okay, so the only other thing is Hallmark added a photo of their Wonder Woman Itty Bitty, which I think the photo was not up before, but they have a photo of that now, but they didn't announce any new exclusives. So that is, believe it or not, it for the exclusive talk. And so now we're going to get into some questions. The first one, some questions that are probably going to be difficult to answer because of what it is. But Sir Lister of Smeg asked, if you want to try and draw for a regular day for Funko, how early should you line up? You have to judge, how badly you want it. I think that people were lining up very, very early, like overnight, and tickets, the wristbands were gone by 8, 9, 10 a.m., something like that. They were gone early. They were gone quick. So you basically just have to judge how much it means to you to get the exclusives, and you know, how much you want to deal with that line, because it is crazy. And remember, it's a crazy line out there, and I think it's the everything else line, possibly, before they let everyone into the convention center, because the only two lines that they allow are everything else, which is show floor, exclusives, signings, Ballroom 20, and all other panels, except for Hall H, and Hall H has its own line. So the line gets very, very long, and it's a hassle to deal with. So it just depends on what you're willing to deal with.
Is that the one that was curving back around behind the convention center last year? That
yes.
Everything else?
Yeah, both Hall H and the everything else were both really long last year for some days. So the other question we have from Captain Santo is, they've been to New York Comic Con for 5 years straight and other cons, but this is their first SDCC. Is there anything different? Should I plan differently for panels, on-off-site events, and signings? Absolutely, you need to plan for something different, because it's just bigger. Now, New York Comic Con is getting close to the size of Comic Con. So some things may be similar to what you've experienced in the last 2 years, but remember that I don't know if they had it at one point. I think they did away with it, but they had VIP access, or they may have wristbands to come into a line and then get back out of a line, so you can come back later for a panel. Comic-Con doesn't do any of that. You line up for a panel and you get in, and you need to stay in the room until your panel is over. That's basically what it is at Comic-Con. It's basically everyone has equal chance. It just depends on how early you want to line up and how many other people want to go. If you know, 5 other people want to go and the room holds 100 people, you're gold. You can walk in right when it starts. I don't think that ever happens at Comic-Con anymore, but it could. So really the only thing you need to do is, I think you need to plan more ahead of time. And what most people say is, pick one thing a day that is your thing. That's the thing that you want to make sure you don't miss, that you don't, you know, that you accomplish, or that you see, or that you get. Make a list of each day of the one thing per day, and then make a list of backups of other things in case you have time, because time is the currency you spend at Comic-Con to get things done. And so, so just, you know, make your decision, plan. Our site has listings for, we're going to have an autograph post for as many autographs as we can find, and including the official ones and all of the booths and the off-sites. So you can plan which autographs you want to go for. We have a list of off-sites. Kim does Outside Comic-Con, which lists all of the off-sites that are going on around, all of the parties and all of those kind of things. For panels, the official panel schedule will be out 2 weeks before the convention. We are actually going to be combining and gathering all of the panel announcements, or since they can't reveal everything, but whatever they can reveal, we will have a list of those going from, I think, later. I think it comes out next week once we have a few more. We're going to reveal everything that's been confirmed or announced so far, and then we'll add to it as they come out, because people like Warner Brothers or Fox or someone, or a comic book company may announce what their panel list is, and go from there. So it's basically just planning. If you want to wing it, do that, because you'll still find awesome things to do. It's just, if you have things that you want to accomplish, you should plan for those things. If you don't care, if you just want to experience the con, have at it. It's great. You can do it on no planning at all. You just flow. And that can have all kinds of benefits where other things like planning may not. So just weigh your options. And
that's great advice. Yeah, and that panel post is a lot of work, so props to Kerry for that. It's a great thing to have so early. So in the chat, Love Pink Hello Kitty asks, anything on Impractical Jokers? Will they be here? Nothing has been announced yet. They had the offsite at Dick's Last Resort last year, and Dick's Last Resort is closed, sadly. So if they do want to do an offsite like they had last time, kind of a building takeover, they would have to find a new space. They haven't said anything as long that I know of, but there is last I looked, a big block on their schedule in mid-July that doesn't have anything planned in it. So, you know, fingers crossed for the Impractical Jokers fans and the Tenderloins that they'll be coming back.
Okay, so as we mentioned, panel confirmations have gone out. And we will have our list of what's been publicly announced, I think, next week. By the time that the official panel is out, we typically have a couple of hundred of the announced panels on our list. So you can start if you're one of those planning people, you can start your planning early. I am unsure, someone asked a question about what current parking is available. I'm actually unsure since I don't have access to Group 6, but Group 6 is currently on sale and it ends this weekend, and then it goes to public sale next week on the 12th. So whatever is currently available will be to anyone who wants to purchase it who wasn't in one of the groups. And if I can get a list, I will before the end of the podcast. I'm asking around, so we'll see.
And I'll take that the remaining hotels are now on sale through OnPeak, and some downtown hotels do occasionally pop up. I saw just the other day someone posted that something was available. It goes like that, but they do pop up probably as people cancel or who knows what. But, you know, if you are looking for, if you were further away or didn't get what you wanted, just keep checking the OnPeak site throughout this month. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's your turn.
Okay. We are kind of a little wrap up. We are partnering with Uber and Uber Eats again to bring you discounts around the convention center and in downtown. Our code is SDCC UBLOG on Uber for $20 off your first ride, or Eats UBLOG 17 for $10 off your first order on Uber Eats.
We have a new feature on the site called Attendee of the Week. And if you would like to be our Attendee of the Week, just head to our site and look for that post. And it's a little list of questions you can answer and an email to send them to, along with a photo or video. And we will highlight one attendee every week. And it's basically just a cool way for people to see what other fans have experienced at Comic-Con and the things that others find interesting or that they do. And maybe it'll give you some ideas for what you may want to do one of these times when you go to Comic-Con. But it's celebrating the attendees, which is exactly what the whole convention is about. There would be no con if there weren't people showing up for it.
And last week's was great. And like I said, we have 129,999 more to go.
How many years will that take?
But yeah, that's a neat feature that Kara and Kerry doing. So thank you guys. We still have our giveaway for Heroes Brewfest tickets. Heroes Brewfest does go up in price tomorrow. So if that's something you're interested in, tomorrow's Thursday, the 8th. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out today.
All right, and we would, of course, be remiss if we did not mention our own reader party and the prize mule. We will host a reader meetup called Too Blog, Too Furious, although I think Kerry loves to call it Too Furious to Blog.
Yes.
It will be Wednesday, July 19th at McFadden's in the Gaslamp from 7 to 11 p.m. Free to attend, don't need a badge. It's just an informal hangout where you can come and meet us, meet some other readers, hang out, get some drinks, get some food, and we will be giving away a couple of buttons probably. But that is the only giveaway we're doing on preview night at McFadden's, because instead we are doing the Adventures of Prize Mule giveaways all weekend long. And so just follow our Twitter, and the various members of the blog all have their own prize mule. And when they post where you can find a prize mule, if you are the first one there, or maybe the second one there, depending, who knows, you will win a prize. And we have so many things to give away. Why don't you name off some of our awesome prizes?
Yes, we've got Hasbro Fast Pass again, as well as prizes from Toddland, Factory Entertainment, NinjaBot, Biz Media, UCC Distributing, BBC America, Diamond Select Toys, Cryptozoic, and that is just a few to get started.
So expect us to be. We'll also be having things like blog sunglasses, maybe some lanyards. You know, the ones that'll maybe the stretchy ones that'll help you reach the
Tractable.
reach the RFID scanner.
So you're not choking yourself.
Yeah. So just be on the lookout for that, and we will be giving those away all weekend. So, and there's, I don't know how many prize mules are going to be running around all over. I mean, and we all have different interests. So if you have the, where you hang out in, you know, in the gas lamp a lot, don't worry. Some of us do as well. And so there will be prize mules out there in the gas lamp. There will be in the convention center. They'll be at offsites. So we will be everywhere giving away stuff. You just have to pay attention to our Twitter and see what
will your prize mule be leaving behind, James?
My prize mule will be leaving prize mule droppings that you will need to come and clean up.
It's the best thing ever. So please check our site for other giveaways here at Brewfest Factory Entertainment. And
so we have more guests and the returning Kerry coming up in the next few weeks. Guests include Jermaine Lucier from. I messed this up. Where is he working now? He changed last year. I
should know this, but I don't. I'm so sorry, Jermaine.
Yeah, I'm used to where I used to work, so it's not in my head yet. Jermaine, we'll talk all about movies.
9, right? 9.
Huh?
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was right. And Eric Goldman will be here to talk all about TV, and I think he's coming on actually next week.
Jeez, IGN. I'm okay.
IGN?
Yeah.
But, you know, hey.
We look forward to
we'll get it right eventually. You know,
we promise.
We had to make at least one mistake while Kerry wasn't here.
Sorry, Kerry.
We'll just blame Kerry. So, hey, before we finish, does anyone have any other? I don't see any other questions. So, since no one has any other questions, I'm going to think that no one has any other questions. Great. I'm not seeing any. So let's wrap this sucker up.
So you can sign up for our newsletter. The link will be in the show notes on the blog when this is posted. And we're apparently going to be sending out one soon, or so Kerry says.
Again, blame Kerry. So as always, our Under the Tents column is out with all of the bits of Comic-Con news that you love to see. It is currently once a day, but I think that may change because it's, as you can see by all the exclusives, news is starting to pick up. Someone asked let me answer 2 questions here. Love Pink Hello Kitty asked anything on Game of Thrones outside the con. Nothing yet. If something is announced, we will absolutely make sure you know.
There has to be something though.
They have done something every year, I think.
And it'll be airing when we have Comic-Con. There has to be something.
No Lollygaggin asked, is Adult Swim doing the lawn party again this year? I think they pretty much are. They haven't announced it that I know of.
The dates, they've announced Adult Swim on the Green again. The dates just go through June through various cities. So it's pretty much guarantees that July will be in San Diego.
There you go. No announcement officially, but expect it back.
Yes.
And then Mr. Applesauce asked about Funko. We just discussed that earlier in the podcast. If you just want to hit replay and listen to it. And if you have any questions, you can ask us on Twitter. And then, I wanted to cover one question before. Actually, I promised I would answer this question, and this may actually extend us at least another 5 minutes because it's a long one. But let me see where the question was. Okay, so Sir Lister of Smeg asked, do you think online lotteries for everything, panels, exclusives, basically everything at Comic-Con, before the show, and knowing what you can and can't get into before the con even starts would be good or bad for the con? That will take a whole other show to answer, but I think that it probably would be, I don't know, would it be good or bad? That's a hard one to answer. What do you think?
Where's the original question so I can help you?
It's on the outline.
Online lotteries, I have enjoyed it when it's been an online lottery, I guess I'm thinking pre-sales, because pre-sales is what I'm thinking of, where you at least know you have it and you can just go get it or go somewhere you don't have to wait in line with that, like wondering what's going to be available. Online lotteries, panels, exclusives. They couldn't do panels. Maybe they could. Yes, I would like knowing if I can and can't get into before the con even starts. I think I would like that. It would be a different convention, but
It would be.
I would like it.
And the thing is that the good side of it is you would absolutely be able to plan your whole convention in advance, knowing what you were and were not getting into as far as panels.
Which is what you can do at other conventions.
Right. Where it would take away and be bad is if someone wasn't technologically savvy enough who would not even know that they're doing an online lottery for those or know how to get into it. I mean, obviously everyone buys their badges now online, but what if it's someone who is having someone else help them and they just have someone else help them to buy the badges? But if there are people who did not do the online lottery and got to the convention and found out about it, you would have a lot of problems with those people. Also, for knowing what when you get to the convention, sometimes you like to make changes. Sometimes you want to go to a panel when you hear something cool about it. I don't know if it would be necessarily a bad thing about that, but it's definitely it would limit your chance to be the person who does everything on the fly. And Beth, the disembodied voice, made a good point of what if you were going with your family of 4, or even just your couple, and one of you got in and the other didn't. What do you do then? So yes, there are some good things, but there are bad things as well. As for exclusives, I think for exclusives, maybe it's a little bit better than for panels because it obviously is very convenient to be able to order in advance and pick up at the show. You can set a time or you can have a range of times to pick them up. Like what Mattel does is you basically just have to go sometime when they're open during the entire weekend, as long as you purchase them in advance and they're available. So I think the exclusives may be a little bit easier and more convenient than waiting in line, because then you can take that time you would have spent and go do other things at the convention, like the offsites or panels that you may never see if you're busy waiting in line for exclusives all day. So I think it would be split. I think it would be worse for panels, but better for exclusives. And I don't know what else. I mean, what else would there be that you could lottery besides, are they going to lottery the bathrooms, the ATMs? Starbucks, that's the one. Starbucks. Lottery the Starbucks. Man. So I hope that answers some of the question. And it's obviously something that can be discussed for a very long time and with lots of varying points of view. And I just don't think it is anywhere. The individual vendors obviously can do their exclusives that way, but I don't think that panels will ever have that as an option. Comic-Con and the people who run it just do not think that basically they want everyone to have an equal shot. And what that means is you're paying for it with, currency of time. How long are you willing to wait in line? And that is unfortunate because a lot of us would want to do many other things. It's the necessary thing. I mean, we love being in things. We want to be there when things happen, and there are too many of us for what is happening. They can't have a room with 50,000 seats and everyone would be able to get in. I mean, yes, there's Petco, but that has its own problems. I don't think they could do that. So I guess that's my answer.
That's great.
Okay, so hope we answered that for you in some way. And so we will now wrap up. And where were we?
Under the tents, I believe.
Under the tents, yes. And then, hey, we were done with Under the Tents. We already mentioned that. Go look on our site. All the news is there. So, in closing, thank you all for joining us on this Kerry-less broadcast. And we hope you join us every week as we bring you news, opinions, and special guests leading up to San Diego Comic-Con 2017. Kim, where can we find more of your work on the internet?
I am Outside Comic Con on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and website is outsidecomiccon.com. With the only difference is it's a nice sortable events list, and I like the visual aspect of it, so makes things fun. And James, where can we find more of your work on the internet?
I am everywhere online at Dan Regal, and you can also check out geekshotphoto.com for photography from my wife and I. We are on iTunes. If you would like to subscribe, the links are on the blog, or search for SDConCast. If you like what you've heard so far, please review us. We are also on Stitcher Radio. The link is in the show notes. If you want to get a hold of us, you can send us an email at sdcomiccon.blog@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/sdconblog, or tweet us at sd_comic_con. Thank you all for listening. Everybody, go Shawarma. That is never going to change.